Good morning, YouTube. It is August 22nd. It is officially our first day of school, and with that comes all the excitement and some of the nervousness that comes with the first day of school. I feel pretty ready. I'm at the point where it needs to happen, because if not, I just keep stressing about things that don't need to be stressed about. So it's first day of school. I currently have 25 students. I met 23 out of the 25 yesterday for Meet the Teacher, so that was fun. My students seem either super outgoing or way shy. There's not a whole lot of just average. So I'm hoping to do a weekly vlog, a kind of a day in the life of a 5th grade teacher, and also some tips and tricks throughout the week. So hopefully you watch. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like and subscribe. And I have a very special little girl that would like to say hi to you. Just a sec.
Hi, YouTube.
This is my middle child. She's actually going to my school this year. So she will be with me most afternoons, not necessarily most mornings. So to get ready for today, I need to cut my, oh my gosh, what are they called? Lunch count. Thank you for someone who sent that to me. I'm going to cut out my lunch count. They're laminated so I could reuse them. Last year I just used paper, but I'm trying to use less paper this year because I pay for my paper. So I need to cut these out and put them on the board. I also need to write what's for lunch. It's Pizza Rippers. Kids love those. I have to pass out M&Ms because we get to do a back to school activity about M&Ms. I'll show you that in just a minute. And I need to write down my kids' lunch numbers to make sure they know them. Because if you assume they don't know them and they give everybody, then most of your kids seem to know them. If you assume that they should know them, then no one does. So irritating. Today's outfit is a little bit unusual. Our district decided that they bought us all t-shirts, and so on certain days we're all supposed to wear our t-shirts. So I've never worn a t-shirt for the first day of school, but I have my t-shirt, and then I wore camo skinnies and little kids. So it's unusual. I tried to dress it up with jewelry and makeup and whatever, but I'm trying to be a team player and do what they ask. So hence the black t-shirt and skinny jeans. Hi. Okay, so sorry, my voice is dying. It's the end of the day. My voice did not last very well. I'm exhausted overall. Okay, first day, how'd it go? Good. I feel like it went really well. My students are super sweet. They seem like they really want to be good. I did have a couple kids that had to get quote-unquote strikes, which is unusual. Most of them don't on the first day. But I had 2 little boys that just wouldn't stop talking. So I'm gonna put my arm around them tomorrow and say, hey, we're gonna have a better day. And if I need to, I will move one of them. Which is fine. Let's see. A lot of procedures, trying to have fun, trying to make it interesting. I keep telling them I'm super strange, but you're just gonna learn to love me, which I thought was funny. Going over a lot of procedures. The only thing we didn't get done today, we didn't get to label our notebooks. So I have these notebooks like for reading and writing, math, science, all that. So I made fancy labels because I was feeling creative and whatever, nice. I can't find them. I printed them out. I've cut them apart. They were in baggies, like they were sorted. I have no idea where they went, which, so frustrating. Like, we can just write on the notebooks, like that's not the end of the world, but I'm upset because I went out of my way to make all this stuff, and I had tabs, and I had, oh my gosh, like if you look on my Instagram a few weeks ago, there's pictures of them and me prepping all of them, and I don't know where they went. Okay, I'm done whining. So I either have to go home and make some more. So I need to go home and either make more labels and tabs and all that stuff, or I need to just suck it up, and we're gonna have to come up with plan B. Maybe I don't know. I know there's lots of ways around it. I just mentally can't think of it right now. Okay, so enough about that. My seating chart was great. I actually don't have a seating chart. I have flexible seating. But they chose their seats yesterday where they're going to sit, and they are there at Meet the Teacher, and they're there for 2 weeks while I kind of get to know them. I really like so far the way, I like the way it's looking. I like the way it's running. I like the way they're responding to it. One of my table, is full of boys, and the parents were like, "Oh my gosh, this is maybe not a good idea." They were so wonderful. It's because they're all sweet and they want to be good. So I love them. Didn't get all the way done my writing. Introduced Quick Write. If you do not do Quick Write, you need to message me down below if you're interested. I have a program that I absolutely love. I can speak, I promise. Actually, I'm going to show you now. So I wasn't planning to give a tip today. I was just gonna, talk about woohoo. But I want to tell you about this because this has changed writing for me. Because so much of our stuff now, our core and everything, is all about persuasive and opinion and all that different thing. We lose a lot of the creative writing. So I do something that's called a Quick Write every day, and it's all narrative writing. So my kids love it and they get so excited. So let me show you what I do. I'm sorry that you're looking at my computer screen, but I'm going to show you. So I went online and I have 120 different pictures. So if you are interested, leave your information down below and I will be so happy in the comments. I was so happy to email everything to you. So basically I have gathered just a bunch of different pictures. Love her, she's so cute. And so what the rule is, this is a great one. I love this artist, this photographer, I guess. So the rule is, during a quick write, you must write. There's no other options. So for the first 30 seconds, I let them just stare at the picture. I make them sit on their hands or zonk them. That means put them together in their lap. They stare at them for 30 seconds. And then I give them, like today we started with 3 minutes. They have 3 minutes to write. They need to write the story about the picture. Either what's happened before, what's going to happen after. That they can just tell the story. Or they can describe it. So like if they were using this picture and they didn't know what to write, they could describe. There's a man, he looks like an older man, he's in a suit, he's wearing dark shoes, he's going to pick up a book, there's a bunch of books laid on the ground, I see a newspaper, all those kind of things. I think it's older because of this, or I think they can just describe everything about it. So they write for a number of minutes, and then I tell them to stop, they finish the sentence, and then we share. So like I said, I teach 5th grade, and right now they're doing it for 3 minutes. And after day, it was the first day, I had a handful of kids who were like, "This is great, this is my favorite thing we did all day," which cracks me up, but they love it. And then as the year goes on, I get longer and longer, up to, I think the longest we got last year was 8 minutes with 5th grade. So, excuse me, I apologize, it's so embarrassing. It is fabulous. I absolutely love it and I recommend it. So if you're interested, if you're interested, comment down below and I will make sure I send you a copy. Good morning, YouTube. It is Wednesday, August 23rd. My voice feels a little bit better. I got some rest, which is helpful. My brain, my friend called yesterday, and the best way to describe it, the way I felt yesterday, was that my brain hadn't turned on. Like, you're just muddy. Like when I was sitting down after I talked to you to get some work done, I felt like I just couldn't get it to function. I'm hoping today it's a little more organized. I have my schedule up, and I think that'll help me. I even set some timers on my phone since my schedule's new, so it'll buzz in my pocket and it'll remind me, oh yeah, I have to move on to this now. I don't know. Maybe it's a little quirky, but I'm hoping it'll help me at least get into the routine of things faster. I am ready for today. One of the things that I have done this year that I love is I got this little hanging baskets. And so I have folders in my filing cabinet that say like week 1 Monday, week 2 Tuesday, etc., etc., etc. And then the night before, I organize it in these baskets. So my morning stuff and my afternoon stuff. And having it there and just knowing it's already laid out and I don't have to look for anything, oh, so nice. The only thing I'm going to have to get later is my worms. Yes, I did bring worms to school. Yes, I'm going to put them in the faculty fridge. I don't know where else to put them. And we're going to do an experiment today. We're starting with the scientific process, and so I have this great experiment with worms. I actually have a list of 6 experiments. We're going to do one every day for the next 6 days, and it kind of goes us through the scientific process, and they all get a little more harder and complex, and they have to do different things. So I'm excited. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see my kiddos again. I need to move one of my little guys. His mom emailed me yesterday. He had a really rough year last year, and he's feeling kind of lonely. And anyway, seeing if I can help him with a friend. Is there anything else this morning? Oh, my poor little girl. My little girl wasn't feeling very well yesterday. We thought it was just nerves because she started a new program. She started a new school. She came home and immediately lost everything she had eaten that day, if you get my drift, and then took a 2-hour nap and then promptly lost everything again. So she woke up this morning. She has a bit of a fever still. So I refuse to send my kids to school when they've been throwing up within the last 24 hours and a fever, especially the fever. So poor thing has to miss second day of school, new program. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, but that's the day. I'm gonna go get some stuff ready. I'm gonna go open all my PowerPoints that I need for the day, open all the computer programs that I need, so everything's ready to go, and then I will catch up with you guys after school. Okay, YouTube, don't worry, I'm using hands-free, but I have to get home to a soccer game, so I'm going to have to give you my update while driving home. So I'm sorry if that bugs you. There's nothing else I can do. Okay, so day 2, oh my gosh, so much better than day 1. Not because my kids were naughty, because they're not, but because I felt like my brain was turning on. I showed you yesterday that wire rack, and I used morning and afternoon, and I put everything in it chronologically based on when I would teach it. So, and I have a schedule next to it. So I had my schedule out, and then I had everything organized in that metal rack. I don't know what to call it, metal baskets. And I was able to just have it. I also set a bunch of alarms in my phone. So at like 5 minutes before math is supposed to be over, it'll buzz. So I'm like, oh, I know we have to start cleaning up and get ready to go, or get ready to transition. So that was really helpful. And math still took a long time today. I put a note in my plan book so that next year I can split up that lesson maybe between 2 days. Oh, excuse me. I've had the hiccups all day long. Let's see what else went well. The morning also took long, like just morning procedures. What should take 10 minutes is taking us 20. So I know that's going to get better. I understand that. I just want it to be faster. But I'm being patient. I'm trying to be grateful, and I'm trying to explain things a lot so they don't have stupid questions later on. Let's see. My students were great. I moved 2 chatty boys a little bit earlier today, which was good. I put it on the pretense of, hey, I needed someone else to have a friend, because I did, but I also got to split up with more noisy boys. It was fabulous. So 2 birds, 1 stone. We met with our principal. She showed our kids a cute video and talked about our school theme for the year, and the school theme is the power of yet. And so at the end of the day, like end of the week, you as teachers pick out a few people that you think are just awesome, and we call them Hanson's Heroes, because it's Mrs. Hanson is our principal, which I think is darling. So, I mean, if you had a last name H or whatever, I guess you could call them like Mrs. Bingham's Heroes, and you could not pick on, but select, choose, reward those kids that are working really nicely or being kind. So that was good. We also, if you've done whole brain teaching, they have plus and minuses, or smiley face and frowning faces. Right now I'm calling it you versus me. So if they're on task and ready to go, they get a point for themselves. If not, I get a point. And today they won by 1 point. And I told them tomorrow I'm going to be even stricter, because I want it to be a little bit harder at first. I really want them, so when I call their attention, use their attention getters, different things, I want their attention, lickety split. But they did really great. Like, my kids are kind, they work really hard. They were just good. And I feel less exhausted today, which is fabulous. I have a to-do list that is a mile long. I have a bunch of things I need to do for this morning. I need to work on planning for next week. Not this morning. I'm sorry. I really have a brain. I promise. I need to work on things for tomorrow morning. And I need to plan for next week. But overall, I just feel good about it. Like yesterday, I just kind of felt overwhelmed and I felt tired and exhausted. Today, I am tired, but I also feel like, oh my gosh, we're doing really well. I'm teaching things I need to. I like the way they're responding. Some of these kids, I'm like, wow. You know, like today, they wrote an individual reading response. And half of them were able to fill up all the lines, and there's like 7 lines, and I said you only had to fill up 3, and so I was like, whoa, you guys are awesome. So, you know, stuff like that where you just realize I've got a good group of kiddos. I appreciate them, and a lot of highs, or at least high functioning, want to do well. So that was fun. So I'm gonna go home. I am going to check on my daughter who is sick. I'm either going to go to the game or take care of her depending on how she feels. Make some dinner, you know, that kind of stuff. Pretend to be a mom for a few hours. Once I get my kids into bed, then I will work on my teacher to-do list and hopefully to be in bed. I've been trying to be in bed before 10 so I can read a little bit. That's how I love to decompress, is I like to read a book. So I'm hoping that can get done. So I'm going to sign off for today, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning. Good evening, YouTube friends. So it is now Thursday night. I'm sorry I didn't vlog this morning. My little girl was with me, and it's kind of hard to vlog when you have a 7-year-old running around your classroom. But she is going to be coming with me for the next week or so until my daughter's preschool starts. And then when my husband goes to drop off preschool, he'll drop off my other daughter. So for the next little bit, I will have a buddy in the morning. Day 3, great. I put on all of the alarms on my phone, so my phone was a buzzing. And I told my students what they were. Sorry, I can speak English, I promise. What they were, and so they didn't even think twice of it. Sometimes it was a fun song, sometimes it was just a buzz. But it really kept us on and kept us going. That was really nice. I felt like we got way more into like a regular day. I got to feel what a regular day felt like, and it was great. You know, that's when you love teaching. It's when you are really just getting to teach and you don't have to worry so much as procedures. We worked a lot today on not talking. I have a couple little boys that can't keep their mouths closed. I need to have that conversation with them. But they're trying, which is, I appreciate. So I really need to, well, okay. So normally my kids don't get to move seats for the first 2 weeks, but I'm seriously considering trying it tomorrow. No, I'm not, because they're not ready. And as much as I want them to be ready, they're not ready. So maybe I'll let them try on Monday and we'll do it for a whole nother week, kind of get used to some spots. We've been practicing finding a good spot for our reading. We've been talking about writing individual reading response. They're getting really good at that. We started math today and taking notes and getting into the nitty-gritty. Lunch was a piece of cake, getting them into the lunchroom. So it's good. Today, it's currently 7:45 in the evening. Normally I do not stay this late, except Thursday is my late night. So if I choose to stay late, I can, or come home whenever I'm done. So I stayed tonight. I got things graded, put away, and I have 95% of next week planned, which was my goal. So I'm very excited because that means I can leave earlier the rest of the week. My goal is to stay always a week ahead, and I have all my files, so everything is ready. I just pull things out and I'm done for the week. So I'm feeling pretty excited. If you are a new teacher or even a veteran teacher, I totally recommend having a place where you can make your copies and put it in for the next week. I used to have just 1 week's worth of things to file, and now I have 2 weeks. And so then now that week 1, which is this week, is ending, I put it behind week 2. So I always have week 1, week 2, and I rotate between them. And I love that. So today when I was like, oh, planning for next week, I was pulling and gathering the copies I'd already made and putting in those files. So that is my tip and trick for you. Plan to keep planning ahead, have some file folders and have them labeled week 1, Monday, week 2, week 1, Monday, week 1, Tuesday, etc. And then same thing with week 2. And then as you make copies and as you plan ahead, then you can put it in there. So that's my tip for day 3. Have a marvelous evening, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow.
Ni hao YouTube. Today is Friday, August 25th.
Okay, Friday afternoon check-in. I'm sorry I didn't actually vlog this morning, and it was my daughter. It was one of those crazy days. So today was good. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we're making good progress. I introduced partner reading. We read an article every week, and when I introduce it on Fridays, then we use it all week on Mondays. And when I partner read, I kind of wasn't sure what to expect with this group, whether they'd be really chatty or if they'd buckle down. They were awesome. They were totally great. They buckled down. They read really well. I didn't have to get after anyone, which was fabulous. Very, very well behaved. So the day is done. I'm all planned for next week, except for my reading lessons, like my comprehension lessons. I do lessons on Monday and Friday because of my schedule. So I need to work on those. And I need to prep the labels that I made. Hopefully they work still. Oh shoot, I just realized I lost a bunch of files on my computer about a month ago. So I'm hoping that, I'm really hoping that I can find those, because I'm going to print them out for my students. If not, I'll just have to make some more. Make some labels. And I'm going to try to work ahead on some math stuff. So I'm trying to stay a week ahead, like more than a week ahead. So right now I'm a week ahead. Next week we start planning time, which is so exciting because, let's be honest, without planning time, sometimes it's exhausting. Anyway, it's a good weekend. So I am home. I've done the dishes and unloaded the dishwasher because I'm awesome like that. Just kidding. Tonight is pizza night. So I'm going to go have some pizza with my kids and enjoy the weekend. I will check in with you guys on Monday. Have a glorious and fabulous weekend, and I'll talk to you later.